Now, today is doing what we did the last 2 days, except there is a 0 in the multiplier. Okay? The first one that I want to show you is something very simple. You could go through and multiply the first two. Because 0 times 2 is 0, 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 3 is 0. Put the placeholder in and do the same thing again and still get all zeros. Then I get to where I have the 2 times 302. First thing I have to do is put in the what? Placeholder. If you notice, each time that I put the placeholders in, I put the line underneath it just to remind myself it's a placeholder. Because if I were to multiply over here when I get to this 208, it's going to be 10 and it's going to be a 0 down. I don't want to mix it up with the placeholder. So 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 0 is 0. And 2 times 3 is 6. And then I just add. That's one way to do it. The other way, let's do it a shorter way. I know that all these are zeros. And I did the problems way back at the beginning of the chapter where you had 100 times something, or you had 10 to the third power times something. And all you did with that, because it was a 1, you would just copy the number that was up there, a copy, paste, and then you would add in the zeros. It's the same thing here, but just a little different. Because all that you're doing is you're putting in your 2 zeros. These are your placeholders. Now you're multiplying 2 times 302, which is 406. Now, up here, when I did this, what are these? Partials. These are your partial products. And let me tell you, on your test, it's going to come up about partial products a lot. So just remember it. This is what?
Product.
This is the product. Down here, what is this?
Product.
It's playing my product. Where's the partials?
That is the
You don't need them. Okay? This is a shortcut. And that's what this zeros, multiplying across the zeros, is about. And when you have it, there is when there's zeros in the multiplier, there is a shortcut. Okay? I've been trying to point out shortcuts. I need pencils down. I don't need you doing anything right now. I'm trying to point out shortcuts because I know that this will take you a while to do because you're in 5th grade and all that this is just bigger numbers. Bigger numbers means more time. Okay? When you were in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade, you had smaller numbers. You get to 5th grade, they get bigger. Guess what happens in 6th grade? They get bigger again. Okay? But the thing is it's the same process all the way through. Okay? We found out when you had one number underneath, one number that was a multiplier, you got a product immediately, right?
Yes.
When you had 2 digits, you had 2 partial products before you got to the product. When you have 3 partial products before you get the product. 6th and 7th grade on up, you get 4 numbers down here. You're gonna, if you have 4, you're gonna have 4 partial products before you get to the product. Same thing. Now, here I want to show you this, and I want to move this one over so I have room. Now, I want to do this the long way, and I want to show you how it can be done the long way, and there's no problem with it. It's just going to take a little more time, but you will get the same answer. 8 times 5 is 40. Put 4 up. 8 times 2 is plus 4 is 20. Put a 2 up. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 2, 18. I've used it. Now, put my placeholder first. 0 times 5 is 0 times 2, 0 times 2.
0.
Now, I need my 2 placeholders. 2 times 5 is 10. This is where I was showing you these 2 are my placeholders. This comes from actual multiplying. Okay? So now you have 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 2 times 2 is 4. And now I add. I get 0, 0, 8, 6, 4. Okay? This is the long way. Now I'm going to do the short way. Okay? 8 times that is still 40. 16 plus the 4 is 20. And you get 18 here. Okay? We've already used up the 2. Now, I know that if I have zeros all the way across right here, all I'm doing is adding 0 into it. So I don't need that row in there at all. So I'm going to skip to the third one. What do I have to start the third one with? 2 placeholders. As long as you have those 2 placeholders, you're good to go. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 4, or 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 2 times 2 is 4. I only have how many partial products? 2 partials. Over here I had 3. Okay? So now I add, and I end up with the same answer. Okay? This is where you can cut things out. If you have zeros in here or in here in the multipliers, you don't have to multiply that row because you're adding 0 to whatever else you get. And that goes back to the 0 in multiplication or addition. When you're adding 0 in, you're going to get the same thing. That's that identity property back there. Now, this is not the only shortcut that I've shown you. Other shortcuts that I've shown you is when you have 1. Okay? When you are multiplying by 1, that's the identity property. If you have placeholders that go in, put them in, and then just copy and paste. Put it down there. You don't have to multiply. Okay? These are shortcuts that you need to look for in there. Okay? To shorten this out. Now, today, you are doing page 60 and 61. You're doing 1 to 45 odd. So please, don't get started. In the other class, I asked, what number are you on part of the way through? One of the kids said 8. And it's like, why are you doing number 8? Oh, no, I forgot. Odd. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, so on. Now, you also have your blue binder. This is lesson 8. This is the last lesson. Make sure that in your blue binder, all your lessons are done now. After today. Make sure all of your words have the definitions. And if you don't have all of your IXLs, there's 3 that are left that are going to be done tomorrow. And they're all due by Friday. Don't sit and wait and say, Mr. Mink, I got this. I'm doing them all Thursday. It won't take me that long. Oh, yes, it does. It takes a long time. This chapter, there is a lot of them. And that's why I've been encouraging you all the way through to make sure that you get them done. Because you're still gonna have, they go in the grade book. Okay? So, get those done. Make sure that your blue binder's done. Make sure your bookwork is done, your IXLs. Okay?